So for the stream, I'm gonna try to stream something every day. And before I tried to release a video about a year, 2 years ago, every day on the YouTube channel, but that required writing, recording, editing, and making graphics and all that stuff. And it took a good chunk of the day, and I don't have that kind of time anymore. So, just getting straight to the content. I will be doing these streams. You can join us on the streams. You can ask questions. It can be interactive, and then otherwise I'm just going to push these videos to YouTube. So we're going to continue with our Super Mario Maker exploration of Zera's levels. There's about 15 levels left. And I'm just playing them all the way through, and then we're going to start editing them and going hands-on and taking notes and stuff. So, haha, Luigi. The setup is pretty straightforward to start. Where is the chat? I need to pop this out, don't I? Somebody say something in the chat just so I can see it's working. And we'll go from there. Hey, Firecakes and Zera. Cool. So we go to Makers. Got my Kirby shirt on, because I have a ton of these, and they're all different. And some are handmade, and some are not. It's just how it goes. Happy Sunday, that's what the game said. It's so weird. I just got back from playing board games with one of my friends from middle school. I've known since middle school, so that's since 1999. So about 20 years knowing this guy. And we've played games together and made games together. He's in the DO chat. His name's Chris, Cavalier Zion. But yeah. He's working on his own 4X strategy board game. Even though his job isn't really anything related to games. So, all my friends growing up, we were big into games and definitely making things all the time. So that's a shout out to Chris. It was a lot of fun. So now we're back on Mario. I need to sit up. Body language, posture. There we go. So we are on the longest journey. Super Mario Bros. 3 style. I think it was created in 6/26/16, so about 2 years ago. I think that's what that means. Here's the ID if you're curious. It's had 19 clears, and I'm going to report it. No, just kidding. Hey! Oh no! I forgot how much I love Bros 3. Hopefully that Nintendo Online... Oh no! Cool. Rumor is true and you can get those games just basically streamed in. Because I want to play Bros 3 and I'm tired of buying it because I've bought it so many times. Just what I needed. That was dangerous. Cool. Aww. Oh, I missed my secret! Oh, that guy had a hard time getting it. No! I was like, how do I fastball? And then I was gonna butt stomp to chase him, but neither of those things are possible. Bros 3 has this huge skid. World does not have that big of a skid. Now I'm on the top? I just warped later on, that's cool. I don't know what that did, let's see what it did. Is this the small version? Oh wow. Somebody's a jerk. I love this music. Okay, so I don't know where these things are leading me, but now I know that's a secret pipe. I guess I had no choice. You always have a choice. No, no grace on that. You're so dead, Maul. Huh. Oh, I missed. Ah, Zera's favorite. No, never mind. Okay. Did not know what was gonna happen. And dangerous. This one's longer. Okay, I was trying to test if those are one-way platforms. Kill all. Oh no. Going back. Okay, we're not going for that one. Okay, I hate that. I do that all the time. Can't kick up. Aw, where's my jump? Oh, so you're one of the few people that have played this game on the 3DS? I wanted the 3DS version so bad, and it like never went down in price, and it was like the inferior version. It made me mad. One of Super Mario Bros. 3's strengths is its brevity of level sizes, and this is not that. Hey, this is one of your upgraded levels because the box right there is everyone died. Oh shoot! Can't kill those guys. Oh, I hit my head. I didn't know how dangerous that tunnel was before. Okay, that didn't work. No, this is interesting. Okay, did not mean to do that. Okay. Let's see if I... There's like no way I can get through this without damage boosting. Oh, great, jerks. Yeah, I got the third one. Okay, I wonder if I should get this. Oh shoot. This level's just so long. Oh shoot. Free coins. Mario never puts coins on the ground level. Almost ever. That's cool if you have the tail right there, you could fly. And then watch out for the speed, yep. Then... Ooh, I didn't know big shells could hit that. Okay, that level was large and kind of aimless. It was just like, oh, things to do. Yeah, we'll definitely see, as we look at some of your other non-linear or branching style levels. Like, that one was still pretty linear, but you could tell you could warp forward and back in different places. We'll definitely see how the level design shakes up when we look at some of your earlier levels, and we'll take a look at that, see what's going on. Oh, my technique. Why? Why would you turn your head to the right when I'm on the left of you? I don't understand. Okay, that's not how we do it. That's not how we do it either. Okay, so they'd still hurt you when they fly away? Come on. These guys are jerks. Okay. Why can't I... There we go, there's the technique. If you butt stomp, cancel, and twirl, you can basically slow fall. Oh, if I did it right there, I would have survived. Where's the timing? That's not the timing. Yeah, be careful with auto-scroll levels too, stuff like this, where, like... It get boring to retry these over and over. Oh, great. You start losing your mind. Ugh. See, like, he came back super fast. I'm tired of these jerks. There's really not a lot of fun I can have with these guys. Maybe I can drop their, Maybe I can drop their donut. Oh, shoot. Wrong donut. Oh, I can't even stand on that donut. It was actually holding me up. Okay. Slow scrolling. Not much you can do to the enemies. Not funness. See, if they had a little bit of grace there, where if you were butt stomping... Wow. This is not interesting. Semi-random enemies that you can't really get rid of, and you slow scroll so you can't really go fast, and then they hurt you anyway, even when you try to do the one thing you can do. That's it. Oh, come on! But I saw in the preview this level was short. I should have killed that guy. I should have butt stomped that. But I want to do my cancel. That's close as can be. See, look, he comes back. That's so stupid. I would not even put these in my game. I'd be like, no, I don't like these things. And then he comes back. So like, he should go out in a straight line and then kind of drop due to gravity and then retreat to his chain. It looks like he does like a straight line back, like that. I don't like that. He exerts force to go forward. He shouldn't have the same springy return unless it's an actual spring. Yeah, how long it took him to make Koopa Shells pick up coins. Do you know which Mario the Koopa Shells can pick up coins? Oh, great. It doesn't matter if it's cute. What matters is if it's interesting. And another one of Zera's hallmarks is replacing the floor with... See, that angle didn't even make any sense. He went back in a curve. Like, okay. They're all going back in curves. And another thing that pisses me off about these jerks, like they look like they're about 1 brick high, but they're actually a little bit taller than 1 brick high. So when you stand on their 1 brick high peg, they shouldn't be able to hurt you by all Mario standards, right? Like if I'm standing here and they walk forward, they really shouldn't be able to hurt you. But nope, these guys don't really like playing by the rules. So then, usually the best way to play this level is just really slow and... Wow. Can't believe you moved that fast when I tried to duck ahead of time. I know the sound's a little bit off. So I'm listening to stream audio and not the game audio. So there's a slight delay. And they give you an upper area you can play around in. Like I changed directions. And you can go back here if you need some space. That guy's about. Oh, see, that guy wasn't even close enough. Yeah, I did that on purpose. I like how short it is. I just don't like the level that much. Oh, you can bounce off with a spin jump? Let's test that. Spin jump is L or something? Okay. Okay. Did he not have a hitbox when he turned his face 90 degrees upwards, but he otherwise would have had one if he was just walking? These guys. So like, let's talk about charging chucks for a little bit. Like charging chucks is another enemy in Mario that's like, oh look, let's give him lots of sort of erratic, unpredictable movement, and like too random. Like Mario gameplay works when the movement of your enemies and elements are simple and predictable. And then they like the more sort of random and AI driven things you put into your game like this. Mario does not have the most tools to take that stuff out. I always forget about this spin jump because it's on like a different button. And then they took out the shake. Man, that guy moves fast. There we go. Yeah, so one of the things I outlined on the second Mario Maker episode is that you could twirl jump on top of all the little spinies. But yeah, because their movement was so predictable, you could do so much more with that. Like actually aim and jump off of platforms. Can't believe that missed. I thought he got its maximum jump height when you do a twirl from the ground. Not more predictable than a Goomba. There are two things that make chain chomps more predictable than they look. The lunge is random but telegraphed, and after returning they will always move in the opposite direction. Like, more predictable but still not... I wonder if... So I don't think the twirl jump is ever supposed to be as high as the normal jump if you hold it. Oh, see, that's the kind of grace I was looking for before. I'm surprised they gave me that one. So the spin jump is always about one brick lower than your maximum standing jump, and it's like it drops faster too. It's like this is floaty. Let's see, and this looks less floaty. Okay, it's about the same. Wow. So I think the chain chomp that they have in which one? It's not these. Oh, wow. See, how did that not hit him? It's so... I don't get... So I can tell that if they wanted to, if they wanted to make this spin jump a little bit more precise to land on things than your normal jump, or maybe it's because of, you execute spin jumps, or maybe I'm doing it from standing, so I don't have as much momentum as I think. But it seems like it was awfully strict and landing right next to the chain chomp. But I think that's also just a product of the chain chomps being a little bit more erratic in their movement. So instead of perfectly predicting where they're going to be, it's just a little bit harder to do that, which makes their hitboxes seem a little bit more precise, even if the same. Hey, I found one. Yeah, I can kick things up in this game. Missed. Do you have unique death sound effects for half these things? I better get... Oh, shoot. No. Yeah, auto-scrollers, gotta be careful. I don't think Nintendo would ever trap you like this in an auto-scroller. I don't think there's ever a pipe this tall in any Mario game. Nope. Taller than what you can run and jump over. They either put a spring there, or a vine, or a hidden block or something. We'll test if you put a hidden block. I don't think you put a hidden block. And now you just kind of have to wait. Hey, now I got a tool. Toes on the platform. Are these giant question marks? Oh wow, you got me from below. Jerk. I better get on top of this. So now the clouds are dropping onto it. Nice. I guess they were always doing that, but a little off screen. No! Climbing high. That wasn't it. Yeah, I found it. No! Again with the one brick thick platforms, another one of your little repeated patterns there. They're not that interesting, and they're not that good. In the original Mario World, I think they had like a few one brickers, but they turned into long platforms. So you could just kind of stand there and wait. Good thing I'm small. And even though this looks complicated, like these jumps are really basic, and I just don't think they're as interesting as when you give them a little bit more room to move. And you have a few more dynamic elements that. I didn't miss that. What game do I think I'm playing? Is this game? Oh wow, you're telling me I hit that spike from right there? Okay. Auto scrollers suck. Get me out of here. Okay, my sound is off by like a second or two, maybe a full second. I was like, what's happening? Yeah, I can't even. How do I fix that? Is the sound synced for you guys? Tracks only accept single blocks, huh? What? Did I? See, this is another reason why you shouldn't do this. So that block in the middle is almost quantified to where small Mario can just stand there and do nothing, but that's only if Mario's standing square in the middle of the platform. And because of that, I would not have put this in the game. Like, that is just too... I mean, you're like breaking down the very carefully maintained fidelity and tuning wall that the, quantified brick-like world of Mario maintains. And it looks like it fits, and it doesn't, which is even worse. Like, now I have to duck those just in case. Hey. Whatever. Am I greedy? Yes. Oh, I missed. Okay, so the sound may be getting more and more off from me based on what I hear. So I might do this. Okay, sounds are delayed a bit with the video on the stream. Let me see if I can fix that. Output sound, micro, audio preview, non-system sounds. I don't want it to play out of my default speakers, but for the Black Magic, I want the audio to be output system sound stream only. Okay, and do that. So now you guys should hear the audio, and I get nice crisp audio here. Yeah, never underestimate the power of sound when you're trying to time things. A lot of Smash Brothers players like to play without sound because it's kind of a luxury to have it in tournaments, so they just get used to not having it. But sound and even force feedback from your controller lets you take your eyes off of where your character is and then still react to things appropriately. And like when the sound's off, I'm like, okay, I have this long to do this. And I'm like, nope, not at all. Oh, lost that one immediately. Oh! I was like, is that the same channel with the fireball? Tight spaces. That shouldn't really be a thing. No. I mean, like, what's up with these one brick skinny platforms and then 2 brick high corridors? I guess you're trying to make it like the Zelda dungeon with a lot of. Oh, I'm not even paying attention. A lot of left and rights. Not tight enough. Maybe if I were littler. How do I do my taunt action? How do I do that? Oh, I'm about to get hurt. Here we go. Whatever. You're gonna give me another Link mushroom pretty quickly? Oh shoot. There's a Zelda-like level in Mario 3D Land. That's an appropriate way to convert the Zelda-like design. Ugh. Link. That was tight. Yeah, and the longer these levels are, the less and less interesting they are to me, because they just kind of overstay their welcome. And then you kind of get irritated with stuff like that. Especially the more a level either forces your timer with an auto scroll, or they have a lot of just linear, simple sections like this. Doing them over and over is more and more aggravating. Oh shoot. So you want to kind of steer away from that in general. I'm a Zelda. That door was guarded by a mini-boss. I'm not sure Zera understands the definition of cray. Yeah, what I like about the ant farm style design there is you can see a lot of what is coming up ahead of time, but then there's really nothing to do but go through it fairly linearly. So like, I'd rather be able to play around a little bit more and then keep everything on a single screen style view than preview more linear stuff to come that I'm not too thrilled about. What's the timing of that? I swear I'm hitting the button. Do it even tighter. Okay, I remember now. Okay, perfect enemy to rando. Perfect. You're a jerk. It could have been a Goomba. Okay. Thought I'd be able to, Oh, that little falling fair. Right in the face. So, chemics are pretty complex and usually... There we go. Oh, did he zap my thingy? Chemics are pretty dynamic. They can change platforms that you otherwise couldn't be able to get through. They can make enemies appear where enemies aren't, and then some of these enemies have items like this that you can carry. And like, that's pretty crazy. Oh, that was a power-up! I wonder if that was in there to begin with. Okay, this one's a little bit, Yeah, Mario would never just build rando platforms like that out of like weird pinchy thingies and kind of stand them up. Hey, this stopped the conveyor belt. Ha! Backwards! I wasn't paying attention. Oh, missed all those. Oh, they're teleporting. Oh, these jigs. Prepare to die. Yeah, that was similar to your other Kamek level. I like the development on that one. And for different reasons. It was cool. The other one had like a huge wall, which was like a single idea, and you kind of encounter it twice. But I like these because the Kameks kept coming. But it's another enemy that it's really hard to control level design wise. Just like the Bowser AI in Mario Maker, he just runs around, spits fire, destroys things, and you can't really contain that very well. So the more you put in your level, the harder it's going to be to develop anything decently interesting or consistent. That level had some just like basic platform setup, some basic, I mean, and it also had a few too many question blocks. Oh, I love that, the wall kick spin twirl. Not a lot of people do that, but it's a full, so like, it's actually not that different from the other stuff. And after you wall kick, spin, twirl, you can't wall jump again. So I don't know what it's good for, but I guess so. Like when you jump in the air, there's no way to get the spin jump, right? You know, like, in case you want to fall on a spiky enemy, unless you do that technique, which is really not widely known and not stressed. But I think it's cool. Okay. Whatever. Should I looked at this setup and tried to get a clue for what the second setup was going to be? Not sure that's exactly what was being communicated. I guess you can always stop before you crash down, but I was like, ooh, P-block. And I guess if you jump on a P-block with there's bricks all beneath you, it's kind of your fault. Still. Damage boost. No, can I do it? That's, oh, wait, maybe I can. Whoa, you can re-wall jump. What the heck? And you can actually break that state. So hitting a wall is the only way you can break the spin jump state. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. That means you can go in and out of freaking spin jump state just by being a boss. Okay. Okay. It looks like you can't butt stomp in a 3-brick high. There we go. You can barely get it. And then I gotta search for another P block and maybe carry the timer over. Knowing what I know now. And the bricks in there stay, and the bricks in here stay. That's interesting. So now you can slowly bust your way through and get health when you need it. I don't know what the difference between the first one and the second one is, but that's what happened. I don't think it's possible for me to get up in there. I'm going down this one. Oh, great. Convenient. So what I want to do is this. So you wall jump, butt stomp, twirl, wall jump. If these enemies... There's a lot of enemies here. I try to get it done without this many enemies. They're just kind of cluttering up the space. But the cool thing about the wall jumps are they force you to go back with your momentum, but the cool thing about butt stomps is you can cancel that, but the cool thing about that is you can cancel that. So... You have to twirl afterwards to regain your momentum, so... That's not possible that low. Cool. So if I single wall jump, then butt stomp twirl, I think I can do it. Why are you enemies always here? There's a few new... Oh, I just ruined that fun. Oh well. I didn't want to break the bricks. I've been breaking bricks like this since freaking 1989 when I was playing Mario Brothers. I want to do it new ways, like the new Super Mario Brothers. This is kind of cool, forging your own path a little bit. Oh, wow, they're kicking my stuff around. Whatevs. I should have twirled. So now all the bricks are reset. And I think the pipes are lined up. Maybe not. So I guess the pipes don't keep giving you mushrooms if you are off screen. Awkward. This reminds me of some of the Bangayo levels. It's so weird. So if you're smashing half a brick and half a Goomba, it stops you seemingly randomly. Shoot. The audio sounds behind the video. Yeah, how much behind is it? Because we gotta figure out how to fix that. Did I already figure out where this pipe goes? Unexpected. What can I do to sync up the stream audio? We'll try refreshing. Do I have to add a delay? So if it's offset by I'm assuming the sound is happening first and then the video is following. So I'm gonna offset this by 60. And let's see if that works. Tell me if the sound gets better. Yeah, one of the things I noticed when people try to do unique ideas inside of a level editor for another game, some of the first things they go for are things that the original game never did, which is understandable, but the original game never did a lot of this stuff for a good reason. And like, you still gotta have some principles. And if half your ideas are just like, look, the game never did this, we're like, yeah, well, we get that. Well, I think I can make this. No. I love water levels. Especially Bros 3 style water levels. I feel like these chain tromps are so much more manageable. Oh, I'm about to kill myself. Oh my gosh! Oh. Gotta kill stuff. Whew. What's... Oh. Let's see where this goes. Waste not, want not. And like enemies right next to bricks like this, you're like, why? Why do this? So what I was also gonna say is a lot of people when they do these ideas, they kind of like pick a random thing and then try to get to work in the editor, which is like, oh, okay, that's neat. But then a lot of them aren't platformer ideas, and they aren't even close to platformer ideas. No grace. Die. Yeah, Dr. Hodgie says, I wonder what kind of level elements would better suit the kind of crazy levels you guys are building. So, I mean, I don't even think it's a matter of giving them like a set of things that they would gel with more. I think the reason that they're making these levels in the first place is to both explore and to basically do not Mario things. Like most of these levels aren't really interested in what Mario does, exploring the things Mario's done, or even doing things in a very Mario way. So it's like, oh, you thought it'd be cool to have a dance party, for an example. Like that's cool, I guess. But like, where are all your like ideas where you wanted to do different platforming things, and where's the range and Oh my gosh! A random fireball. Where are the range and versatility of your platforming dreams and hopes? Yeah, never put a platform that moves on top of an enemy like that. That's just no point. There's no point in doing that. Oh, ouch. Oh, I just don't have a lot of time. I'm not sure what this level was called. What's the gimmick here? I'm gonna skip that. Okay. What was the gimmick for that one? No. When you think really meta, everything isn't a platformer, and we don't have enough good platformers. That's the thing. So, like, if you think about the development of, you know, most art forms or most things, there's so much room for the proper exploration within a theme or a style or a genre, and then an interesting and structured way to vary that when you mix it with things outside of the genre. And the only way you're going to get that meaningful variation is if you actually study and pay attention to the what's happening in the first place. So it's not just a matter of like, oh, I feel like I'm different, I feel like my stuff is unique. Well, it's not. Like, you're not going to make that many unique things. No. So it's a triple jump spin. I was waiting for someone to force me to do that. I probably should have triple jump spun there. I'm going to do the mini spin to slightly hover. That was like a little nice test level. But yeah, triple jump is like one brick higher than your standard standing jump, and I knew if I couldn't make it with just a wall jump, then you had to triple jump wall jump spin. Fun. This level was originally an auto-scroller. I'm glad you didn't make it an auto-scroller. But yeah, if you look at the range of variation, right, on it's called Jumbo Jump. So what was the other one called? Detour? Okay. And this one's called Upside Doozy. You actually get more variation when you start being more structured and more clear and more you adhere more to, you know, a formula or a standard or some principles. It actually expands your ability to think because you're constantly applying a framework to everything, and then there's a framework that you build after that once you have that well established. So I like that Splatoon quote where they're like, oh, a lot of people think that new developers come in with all these new ideas. They usually come in... I panicked. Okay. I don't like that formation too, like, don't do that. But new developers come in basically copying a lot of other developers, and they want to do X game with a slight twist, or they really don't know how to build things up from scratch and from principles. Like, that makes sense. Whew, that was close. This looks like the opposite of what was happening on the other part of the hallway. Not sure if that was helpful. These boos. Oh, I see. One-way door? I'll take it. Is this a one-way door? Do I take it? Yes. Yeah, this is very Yoshi's Island-y to me right now. Yoshi's Island did a really good job of making a variety of levels you explore somewhat non-linearly. Like, you can kind of pick a direction and then the levels loop back on themselves, so they have a certain kind of flow to it. You don't have to worry ever really too much about where you're going or whatever. That's what this level reminds me of, but there's a lot of empty negative space, like stuff like that I don't know what to do with. Let's see if this will take me where I want to be. Nope. It's gonna spit me right out on the other side of the pipe. No, this is weird. But since you're playing the Ghost House music, 2 keys. I didn't even know I needed keys, let alone how many. There's that classic, okay, puzzle problem where you like don't show them that they don't show them the key before they even know that something's locked. Kind of a natural order of. I'm gonna go down here and see what's up. Nothing. Nothing is up. Would you say that Yoshi's Island was pretty linear, but it looped back into itself, so it didn't feel that way? Most levels in Yoshi's Island are linear as far as the overall direction you have to move. What? How do I get that? You just trust it? So that arrow needs to not be there. That was like the Donkey Kong single banana, and you're like, oh, well, if they put a single banana there, I believe it. Like a Naruto character. And that got me killed. So yeah, so for a dungeon type setup, for a puzzle type setup, even in a platformer base, this isn't doing it. Like, I'm a little confused with all the warping. So, okay. Super Princess Peach was a platformer that was pretty good as far as like the basic idea and the unique little mechanics and even the way they kind of remixed enemies and gave them all like a twist with the flaming bullet bill because he was angry and stuff like that. All that was cool. The problem with Super Princess Peach was freaking the level design was just scrambled like a freaking Mega Man ZX Advent map. Garbage. Like you go left and all of a sudden you go into a pipe and then you go up, you're like, how's that left pipe up? Like right here, like did that just spit me back out? Like, oh, here's a keyhole. And like you can't orient. I need that last key. Oh, just 2 keys instead of the third? What is this? I'm disappointed. Okay, so Mega Man ZX Advent has what we call a non-diegetic map or something like that. I wrote it in my design notes. I'll read it here. But like, I don't ever want to see a map like Mega Man ZX Advent ever again. You can't really read it up, down, left, right with cardinal directionality. You can't really orient. It's just rooms and doors and teleports and garbage like that. And then freaking Fez did the same thing. So Monster Hunter kind of does it. Mega Man ZX, Fez, and even Hyper Life Drifter does the same freaking thing. Like, you think it'd be the most easy, straightforward thing to do is carve out a digital space with up, down, left, right, and then make a map that adheres to that. But they just did this weird stuff, and you can't really interpret the map well. It's likewise, Super Princess Peach did that with its actual level design, not with its mini map or anything like that. So you're like, oh, I'm going left, and you go in pipe, you're like, I guess I'm right. Freaking, oh man, I'm gonna put a note here, but Super Princess Peach and Azure Striker Gunvolt did that on a particular level. Super Princess Peach, Azure Striker Gunvolt. It's just stupid. Like, it has no benefits unless your benefit is like, I just want you to be confused and not be able to navigate. Then congratulations, but you can do that other ways, or I just don't think that's very interesting. There's a level in Ori that did the same thing, kind of like the Lost Woods. You don't know where you're going, but it was entirely linear. So instead of worrying about, am I lost? Am I going over the same ground? You just keep going forward, and it all worked out. I'm like, that's cool. Like, as long as you don't freaking hit too many like pitfalls and hang-ups, then it's fine if you go a little crazy, stretching an idea or pushing the boundaries. I'm about to get crushed. I can't twirl in this. So that's what that level reminded me of. And Yoshi's Island actually doesn't do it. It does a great job of being like, okay, whether you're getting keys or whether you're doing, oh my gosh, camera problems, or doing whatever in Yoshi's Island, you still have a very strong forward drive. Like, you know where forward is, and you don't backtrack hardly that much at all, and it funnels you in very well. And then yeah, there are certain sections in Yoshi's Island where you can pick which direction you want to go. There's a classic late game level where it's like 4 diagonal directions, and you can pick any of them first. Wow. And you have to do that you have to do each one of them. So you're like, oh, non-linear. There's a level in Sonic Mania that does the same thing. Like, hey, take your pick of these 4 directions and have fun, like, exploring them. And sometimes you get power-ups in one that help you with the other. Sometimes you whatever. Like, there's a little bit of suspension there that makes it not a trivial thing of which direction you pick first. That's not what your level was, basically. I'm about to die. Oh, those are about to flame me up. Oh my gosh. Flame me out. The whole less is more concept, I wouldn't say is strong with Zera. Some of the levels were nice and conservative, but most are not. Like, that's a lot of fire there if you're gonna put some fire up someplace. And then, okay, so this is a perfect example of a complex timer. Jumping up on that platform, you gotta have space, so when the Dry Bones is close to you, you can't do it. But then his timer is desynced from this flame timer, so, like, obviously the window isn't that bad, but there are certain times you're like, you can't do anything, and you can't do anything, you can't do anything. There's just like a bad cycle. And I wouldn't put that in the game. I'd be very careful with my complex timers so that they're contained and then you don't wait around too much. Aww. This is probably a better example. Less flames, more visibility. Okay, here's another example of the thing. But since the Dry Bones is on the same platform, it looks like it's just a much cleaner setup for that combination. Kill stuff. Oh, I swear I hit the jump button. Well, I better not die. Oh, wow. So they have if the Koopas, Chemex, try to teleport in your body, they actually re-teleport, which is nice. You don't want them to just, like, freaking telefrag you. That was cool. The Kamek dropped down and then teleported back on the mainland, I think. Kind of a weird thing to put in your ending, but, you know. Stair, step, steeple. I was about to say that level had a nicer progression because it's stair step things, and then the level's called stair, step, steeple. I think we're almost to the top. We got like 5 more. Cool. I want to kind of go back and play with that Chain Chomp one, because even though I was irritated by it, it's the one that has a lot more potential than some of these others. Upside Doozy, one of your most creative ideas. That's the one I keep talking about. I did not like Upside Doozy, and I think there was a lot more going on than it. Okay. Like, oh! Okay. I mean, if I feel like I have to look forward all the time in order not to fall for traps, I'm gonna get a little irritated like in Sheeran, where I had to freaking disarm all the traps all the time in order to not die half the time. So, be careful with your auto-scrollers. When people kind of want to push the timing limit and kind of shove their nose up here, that's always dangerous, even in shoot-'em-ups. You don't want to shove your nose on the top of the screen, but I wanted to. Auto-scrollers. Okay, so if you look at one of the first auto-scrolling levels in any platformer, it's Bros 3, was it 1-4 or 1-5? Which was an optional level in the linear path, by the way, because, you know, just because. If you look at that level has multiple sort of vertical layers that you can jump forward and back to, some crazy falling platforms. It has coin blocks that you can kind of milk just in case you bought yourself extra time by pushing the limit of the auto-scroll. I feel like all those things are necessary and important to make a base level good auto-scrolling level. And if you don't have that, like, just waiting around for jumps, like, Mario's been about more than that for a while. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, I'm going up top. Where did my wall jump go? Of course it's safe to make a auto-scroller safe at the very edge. But it's safe to be at the edge, but it's safe to move constantly forward against the edge. That's just like, well, then you pretty much can't make any hazards. But But you can make an auto-scroller like that, where the hazards are things that are like falling behind you instead of something that's coming at you in the front of the screen. Completely possible. Yes. So let's see. He's gonna stop those. I'm gonna try to wall jump up there again because I'm. Oh, the platform came back just in time. Oh well, I'm out. I do not want to do anything down there. Watch you put something up here to hurt me, because you know. I like the aesthetic though. This train look, and the spikes for tracks or wheels or whatever. It's really cool. I'm not sure where that Goomba's down there unless you want to put some kind of secret. Oh, this is gonna be bad. He's up here! Oh! Almost didn't see that freaking thwomp by watching too much on the Hammer Brothers. I should flick on the light. It's getting dark. Okay, I can't trigger that, but that's fine. So the whole 1-2 running on the top of the level, cool idea. Except for it's an auto-scroller. Oh, and there's really nothing I can do anymore from up here. Well, I feel like I skipped the level, but I'm going to play the others because I'm not going back into that auto-scroller. It looked like it had decent development too. I should have paid a little bit more attention. Yeah, sometimes you work really hard with your level to stop players from doing X, Y, but sometimes if you try too hard doing that, you just need to realize I can't stop the players from doing this, and I might as well just make it fun for them to do what I want them to do, or make it fun to do both. Those are like your two better options, I think. Because, nobody really likes invisible walls, and nobody likes weird, sort of video gamey, abstracty hurdles. Okay. That's just to reset this, because it's like a... It's just like a one-time third thing. Fine. I think that's funny. Okay. Now we're gonna do some zigzagging. Nice clear challenges, nice simple progression. I like the aesthetic too with super long pipes. So I like that. Nothing too crazy. And every enemy was basically used as a platform, so there's no excess there. The doors, I don't know why there's two doors. Right, like one to reset the Goomba, I understand. But not sure why there would be two. Maybe some kind of secret I missed. I don't see any secrets in the preview. So this one is called Rodea Sky Soldier. It's not cool. Oh, this is like the new Super Mario Bros. Level! Oh my gosh! Stepping on the front end of his face is not good enough? You kidding me? Alright. Oh yeah, you stand on longer to go up higher. And when you put enemies on top, do they just fly up automatically? I'm not sure why that one flew up. Nice simple level if that's the end. Oh, halfway point. Same challenge with smaller buzzies. Again. So I feel like that angle would kill the enemy if I were jumping on a Koopa or something. But then I feel like in this it doesn't, so I guess I'll just adjust. Oh, it's a jerk. Oh. Yeah, them doing... They were always used to track you, even if you jumped over their heads. Of course, those guys weren't in the original Mario Brothers. They're Bros. 3 adaptations. That's weird. Man, I swear that was landing on its face. And not on its face, on its head. Took a slight step forward and he just flies off. That's the weirdest hitbox. I wonder if you switch this to the other Mario modes, will it be a little bit more generous? Man, that guy just turned and fired. So I think the Piranha Plants in Bros 3 will, you know, jaw at you a little bit and then start to shoot a fire, and then once they start to shoot, they're locked in. These guys are just flipping like at the last possible frame and shooting me. So these guys are a little bit more of a jerk. Come on. Again, one brick platform. So if you look at the level in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, it does a similar thing, but they put the little ones as sort of like an optional hard path, and they also have like multi-layers vertical on the screen. So if you fall off a little one at the top, you can catch yourself before dying, and then they put propeller hats on this level. This level has nothing. It's just like, oh, a bunch of one brick platforms and some jerks. Really? And like the progression of these little buzzies have no variation. There's just like a straight line. You think you would have put like a few big ones in between? You'd be like, okay, jump on this one now, a few more little ones, a few big ones. No. Yeah, so I hear those e-reader levels are not very good for that same reason. Again, I feel like I've played some of the e-reader levels and I've seen some of it. It's very much like indie Mario hacks than it is like quality Nintendo level design, from what I could tell. So I wouldn't say that's a good thing. Again, New Super Mario Bros. 2 has really great hard levels. Again, you can easily make any of these games harder by throwing in more spikes or making the platform smaller, but it doesn't make them more interesting. And Mario is a good game because it's interesting, not because they make your timing windows smaller and smaller. It's because when they give you a complex situation to analyze, it's because there's overlapping timers, not because there's small windows for them. So I don't really care for hard Mario levels and Kaizo Mario and all that crazy stuff. Let's get me out of here! You can put enemies on Buzzy Beetles. Can you put platforms on them too? I don't know if that's even possible. So yeah, another one of Zera's classic hallmarks of replace the normal platforming situation with something new and small. One of the cool parts is recognizing what your tendencies are. Building levels is a cool way to keep track of like what your values are and what you think is interesting. And also, once you understand that, you're better able to develop your style and incorporate it in a way that's more sensible. So even if you do like one brick platforms and other things that are kind of pushing the boundaries, there's ways of incorporating those ideas that isn't like, it just makes your game better. Oh, I'm gonna fall. Okay, so this is like world 8-2 and 8-3 from the original Mario Brothers. Oh! That wasn't there before. That means this one is a normal mushroom? What happened? Alright, I'm out. Jump you. So, these timers, these guys get pretty intense. But the best part is, you know, you can hit them from below. So even if you have nothing, you can stare them down and play inside their weird little hammer matrices. That's interesting. Why is this one not a brick? This weird little up through platform? I guess you didn't want people to have to do the, like, out and in jump. Even though... Oh, it's because I broke it. Did I? Who broke it? I don't have enough momentum to dodge the first one, so I have to jump, slide jump. Oh, come on. Quit jumping on the enemies. There we go. See, that kind of precision, super fun. And there's nothing crazy about that, like not a pit, even though it was a one brick high hole, which you should probably stay away from those as well. It was still fun. Why do I keep running straight for the hammers? I would move that checkpoint flag one more to the right, so that right when you start, you would see the bullet bill on screen, and there'd be a less likely chance for you to be like, ah! I forgot! Yeah, I don't think Nintendo ever put two sets of Hammer Brothers this close together. Like this, where they can like basically turn around and shoot at you. Nice. All their levels, they had like Hammer Brother fortresses, and there was only 2 at a time. Oh. I didn't want that. Oh! Probably shouldn't even put this up here. But I love playing with bullet bills. I hate those jerks. High holes. There's a 10% chance that a regular mushroom in the SMB1 will be a weird mushroom? Really? You got Mario Maker. Weird. That will kind of screw stuff up. But whatever, Nintendo. And the last level, Cold Bone Castle. Okay, it's cold. It's cold. It's cold. I don't know if Mario's physics are changing that much, but I'm having a rough time adjusting to how much air tapping a controller should do. Good, I'm glad these don't crush you. I hate being crushed with stuff like this. That reminds you of the Tropical Freeze like popsicle making factory. Okay, so while it was true, I probably could have seen that lower area if I sucked up this other part here and was over here and been like, oh, there's bricks, and then I go over here to do some platforming. But man, you saw like I rocked this section, and then I go over there and these drop surprises. Don't put those in the game. Not worth it. I'm gonna get up this way. No wall jump, but you get crushed? Alright, Mario. It's your call. I'm getting up. I could wall kick off the second one. Okay, I didn't even need a wall kick. If I was small Mario, it would have been fine. And I knew it was dangerous, so I did a jump, and then they just jumped me right back up into the danger. You should probably have a bigger gap here so that doesn't happen. Or just fix the problem like I suggested otherwise. Because like this drop, one, it's messing with like the camera because you can't see it entirely, and two, it's weird. It's very weird. I wouldn't put doors hanging out in the middle of space like that. So I'm pretty sure this is the... So don't fall in the next section. Looking ahead, that's fine. So I need to get a mushroom or something? Okay, fell. I threw through? Oh, so they're linked. Are they an odd number? Shoot. Oh, cool. Whoa! That's some pro level platforming right there. Somebody clip that. Oh no, that's not pro level platforming. Yeah, so when it's like the crazy tall Mario, you can definitely skip some stuff, I'd imagine. Okay, so maybe none of these doors is something I need to play around with. And ice everywhere. And I obviously need to bring this, I think. Even though I don't know what kind of key. Oh, that's annoying. Now it's used the door to reset the spring, right? See, that's just assuming I need whatever unique item you put here. Oh my gosh. But I don't really know. Not too crazy, but... Oh my gosh! What's happening? So even though a lot of crazy stuff's going on, like, these jumps are pretty basic. What the... Probably need to... take this up there? Really? There we go. Use that technique. Yeah. Okay, that didn't do nearly as much as I thought it was gonna do. Okay. Do I have to like come back here multiple times and... No other level requests today. I think Zera's brother has a few levels he wants me to play next time, and we're almost done with this stream for Mario Maker. I still have to mess around in the editor and play around with some of these ideas. Can I throw this up there? No. that was close. I don't know what to do. Okay, so let's see. There's a guy down there. I don't think I can enter that in any way. I need to kill all the... So what would I use the power block for? Killing that guy down there? There's a door, so one of the doors has to get me in there. We're going back. Which one did I not do? The second to the top? I know an easy way to get that. There we go. Watch out for the ice. And you have to be Big Mario, I understand. Hold on. And then I could have gotten whatever that power-up was, but I screwed it up, so I'm just gonna reset it. I'm not sure what it could have been. Oh no. Oh no, I don't think I needed that then. Maybe... Don't want to waste all my hard work. Nice. Oh, I wasted all my hard work. So I made some levels too that require you to have a power-up to beat them when I was working on my Mario levels, but obviously that was a nice catch. Oh, so I'm dead. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this is... Yeah, I know I don't need the spring. I got over there when I was small Mario. But needing a power-up to get through a level is not very Mario-like, because they like to tune everything based on small Mario's ability. And, you know, Bros 3 introduced some levels with power-up blocks, and it's very rare. And they usually have to have some cyclical element like this. So you gotta be careful when you do that for players. Because, you know, all of a sudden this happens. It's kind of hard to stick to a wall when it's moving. What would that gain me? That would make all those platforms. Okay. Solid platforms to play on. Woo! There's a platformer all the way up there. Maybe I could have just damage boosted and hit it from the below. Even a small Mario? Because I was messing around with jumping on small Mario. Oh, I was in Bros 3, wasn't I? All this Bros switching. Yeah, there's one level where you're in a castle. I'm the first clear for that? There's one level where you're in a castle and you gotta fly out. There's another level where you're in like an underground maze with buzzy beetles and jerks that like to kick rainbow blocks at you. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this stream, playing every single one of Zera's levels. I want to mess around with the one I hated, because I hate myself. That's not what Mario Maker told me. What made the one on the left stop sooner than the one on the right? Oh. Nice try, jerk. Did that for fun. So like they're both going left, and if I don't do anything, all three go right. So it looks like they're all synced. And then they attacked at 3 different times. Let's try it again. Don't move. One went randomly right. They're all synced. They all attacked at 3 different times there, but in a slightly different order. I mean, there's got to be some randomness, because I would have noticed the pattern by now for this level. So that's it. So after playing all the levels and seeing some common threads and seeing some crazy levels and levels that are more in line with what Mario does, there's like 4 or 5 that I want to go back and mess with in the level editor, but that'll be for the next video. That was just a nice 30 plus run through both in 2 parts. So that's it for today's stream, guys. I'm going to try to stream every day, something like this, something just impromptu, and I got a small list of topics I want to do, but I can keep doing Mario Maker because that's easy. So if you have a level you want me to take a look at, go ahead and put it in this video description or tweet it out.